God says, listen closely, my beloved soul. Before you scroll away or allow doubt to distract you, understand this. There are movements taking place in your life that you cannot yet see, doors shifting quietly in rooms you have never entered, conversations happening in places you have never visited, and decisions being made that will soon touch your name, your destiny, and your future in ways you did not expect. This is not random timing, this is not coincidence, and this is not imagination. There are divine arrangements unfolding behind the curtain of your ordinary days, and while you have been worrying, waiting, questioning, and sometimes even losing hope, heaven has been working in silence on your behalf, aligning pieces that seemed scattered, restoring what felt delayed, and preparing something that will soon step into the visible part of your life. You have been wondering why certain plans stalled, why certain people drifted away, why certain opportunities did not happen when you thought they would, and why you felt an inner restlessness that you could not explain. What you did not realize is that protection sometimes looks like delay, redirection sometimes feels like disappointment, and preparation often feels like isolation. Archangel Michael wants you to understand that the unexpected event forming around your future is not chaos, it is alignment. It is not confusion, it is correction. It is not loss, it is positioning. There are threads being woven together that connect your past prayers, your present struggles, and your future breakthroughs into one single design that will soon make sense. You are standing closer to a shift than you think. Something is adjusting quietly in the background of your life. A conversation is being influenced. A decision is being softened. A heart is being prepared. An opportunity is being arranged. A pathway is being cleared. While you go about your daily routine, heaven is moving with intention. You may not hear the sound of it, you may not see the visible signs yet, but there is spiritual momentum building around your name. The reason this message reached you is because your spirit needed reassurance before the visible change arrives. You needed to know that what is coming is not accidental and it is not fragile, it is intentional and it is guided. There has been a silent battle over your confidence. Doubt tried to whisper that nothing is changing. Fear tried to convince you that your future looks uncertain. Disappointment tried to rewrite your expectations. But Archangel Michael stands as a guardian over your path, reminding you that unseen does not mean inactive. Just because you cannot measure progress with your eyes does not mean progress is not happening. Seeds grow underground before they break through the surface. Foundations are laid before buildings rise. Alignments are completed before announcements are made. The unexpected shift that concerns your future is being constructed beneath the surface of your awareness. You may soon notice small signs, a sudden idea that feels different, a new connection that feels aligned, a door opening where there was once silence, or clarity replacing confusion. Do not dismiss these moments as ordinary. The unexpected often arrives quietly at first. It does not always announce itself with noise. Sometimes it begins as a gentle redirection, a new perspective, a subtle opportunity that feels slightly different from the rest. Pay attention. Remain open. Keep your heart steady. The future forming behind the scenes is not meant to overwhelm you, it is meant to elevate you. There is also healing happening in places you thought were permanently wounded. Emotional spaces within you are being strengthened so that when this unexpected change arrives, you are prepared to receive it without fear. Growth has been taking place in your patience, your maturity, your discernment, and your resilience. The reason the timing feels delayed is because you are being prepared internally for what is about to manifest externally. If it had arrived earlier, you might not have recognized its value. If it had appeared sooner, you might have mishandled it. Now you are stronger. Now you are wiser. Now you are ready. Archangel Michael wants you to release the habit of expecting negative outcomes. The future that is forming around you is not built on loss, it is built on alignment. It may surprise you. It may look different than what you imagined. It may arrive in a way you did not predict. But it will carry a sense of rightness, a quiet confirmation inside your spirit that says, this is why things happened the way they did. Trust the process that you cannot fully see yet. Trust the silence that has been shaping your next chapter. Something unexpected does not always mean something chaotic. Sometimes it means something better than you planned. Sometimes it means something more precise than your own vision. Sometimes it means that what you were praying for has been refined into something even more suitable for your long-term peace and growth. Do not be afraid of the word unexpected. In divine timing, unexpected often means divinely arranged. As you move through the next few days and weeks, hold your thoughts steady. Speak life over your future. Do not allow temporary emotions to sabotage permanent blessings. Continue showing up. Continue improving yourself. Continue believing quietly, even if outward evidence seems minimal. The shift is not far. The alignment is not distant. The unseen work is almost complete. When it becomes visible, you will realize that every delay had a reason and every closed door had protection attached to it. And when the moment arrives, remember this feeling. Remember that you were told that something was happening behind the scenes. Remember that you were reminded not to give up. Remember that you were encouraged to stay steady. Because this message was not about urgency born from fear, it was about awareness born from preparation. You are being guided, not pressured. You are being positioned, not tested. You are being aligned, not ignored. Now pause for a moment and breathe. Let your heart settle. Feel the reassurance replacing the uncertainty. Something meaningful is forming around your future, and you are not alone in this process. Archangel Michael stands as a symbol of strength and protection over your path, reminding you that unseen help is still help, silent guidance is still guidance, and divine timing is never late. If this message resonated with your spirit, do not ignore that feeling. Take a moment right now and type, "I trust the process," in the comments as a declaration of faith over your future. Like this video so that this message reaches someone else who may be doubting their path today. Share it with someone who needs reassurance that unseen work is still work. And if you feel called, subscribe and stay connected, because sometimes the next message is the one that confirms what your heart has already begun to sense. There is a deeper layer to what is unfolding around you, and this layer is not visible to ordinary sight because it is rooted in alignment rather than appearance. While you have been focusing on what feels delayed, what seems uncertain, and what appears incomplete, heaven has been focusing on precision, preparation, and protection. What is happening behind the scenes is not random adjustment, it is intentional rearrangement. Certain people are being moved out of your path so they do not interfere with what is meant for you. Certain opportunities are being slowed down because they are being refined. Certain conversations are being influenced so that when they reach you, they carry clarity instead of confusion. You may not hear the discussions taking place in spiritual realms, but understand that alignment is not loud, it is strategic. There are forces of protection surrounding your next chapter, ensuring that what enters your life from this point forward will match the level of growth you have already endured. You have been through seasons that tested your patience, seasons that questioned your faith, and seasons that made you wonder whether your efforts were truly seen. But unseen does not mean unnoticed. Every silent tear, every quiet prayer, every disciplined choice you made when no one applauded you, every time you chose integrity over impulse, every time you remained kind when you could have become bitter, those moments built a foundation. That foundation is now being used to support something greater than you expected. What is forming behind the scenes is not only about external blessings, it is about internal readiness. Your character has been shaped to handle what is coming. Your discernment has been sharpened to recognize what is real. Your strength has been developed so you will not crumble under the weight of opportunity. What you once thought were setbacks were actually strengthening sessions preparing you for a shift that requires maturity. There is also something else happening quietly, a restoration of balance. For a long time you may have felt that you were giving more than you were receiving, working harder than you were rewarded, loving more than you were loved back, trying more than you were supported. That imbalance created exhaustion. But balance is being restored. Energy is shifting. Situations that drained you are slowly losing access to you. Doors that once felt closed are being reconsidered. Hearts that were once resistant are being softened. And opportunities that were once out of reach are being adjusted to meet you halfway. This is not coincidence, this is correction. When alignment begins to happen, it does not always appear dramatic at first. It appears subtle, like a small adjustment in direction. But small adjustments can change entire destinations. The unexpected event forming around your future will not feel chaotic, it will feel clarifying. You may soon notice that certain thoughts no longer interest you, certain environments no longer feel comfortable, and certain habits no longer satisfy you. That is growth creating space. You are being lifted into a different frequency of thinking, and with that shift, your environment must change as well. The unexpected movement behind the scenes is not only about what is coming toward you, it is also about what is being gently removed from your life so that your energy is not divided. Distractions are losing their power. Confusion is losing its grip. And clarity is stepping forward quietly. You are being guided toward a version of your life that feels more aligned with who you truly are rather than who you were trying to become for others. There is a conversation that may soon surprise you. There is an opportunity that may arrive when you least expect it. There is a realization that will suddenly connect all the dots of your recent experiences. When that moment comes, do not question whether you deserve it. Do not hesitate because of past disappointments. Do not shrink yourself out of habit. What is arriving is aligned with the work you have already done internally. You have already paid the price of patience. You have already endured the quiet seasons. You have already faced your doubts and chosen to keep going. The shift that concerns your future is not something fragile that can disappear easily, it is something prepared carefully. Archangel Michael's presence symbolizes strength and protection, and that protection has been active even when you felt alone. You were shielded from decisions that could have taken you off course. You were delayed from paths that would have drained your potential. You were redirected from situations that looked appealing but lacked depth. In hindsight, you will see that many closed doors were acts of mercy. Many unanswered prayers were acts of wisdom. Many silent seasons were acts of preparation. The unexpected movement happening now is a reward for resilience, a response to consistency, and a reflection of growth. As this alignment continues, you must also play your role. Remain steady. Keep your thoughts disciplined. Speak positively about your future even before you see results. Avoid sharing your next steps with people who carry doubt rather than encouragement. Protect your energy. Protect your focus. Protect your peace. What is forming requires clarity, not noise. It requires faith, not fear. And it requires patience, not panic. The unexpected does not need to be rushed, it needs to be received. When the moment arrives, it will feel natural, almost as if it had always been part of your story. Do not underestimate the power of quiet preparation. While others may measure progress by visible achievements, heaven measures progress by internal growth. And internally, you have grown more than you realize. You are no longer reacting impulsively. You are no longer chasing validation. You are no longer settling for less than alignment. That transformation is the true miracle behind the scenes. The external shift is simply the visible confirmation of an internal evolution that has already taken place. In the coming days, pay attention to your intuition. If something feels aligned, explore it calmly. If something feels forced, step back. Your discernment is sharper now. You are not the same person you were months ago. You are more aware, more grounded, and more aligned. The unexpected event concerning your future will not demand desperation from you, it will invite readiness. And you are ready. Even if you still carry questions, you are ready. Even if you still carry scars, you are ready. Even if you still feel uncertain at times, you are ready. This message reached you because reassurance strengthens faith before manifestation arrives. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not stuck. Something meaningful is shifting quietly in your favor. When it becomes visible, it will not feel like luck, it will feel like alignment. And in that moment, you will understand why patience was necessary, why silence was required, and why protection sometimes looked like delay. Stay steady. Stay prepared. Stay open. The unseen work is almost complete, and what emerges from it will reflect not only divine timing but also your own growth and resilience. There is a reason you have felt a strange mixture of anticipation and uncertainty lately, as if something is shifting in ways you cannot fully explain, and that feeling is not imagination but intuition responding to movements taking place beyond your physical sight, because while you continue your daily routine and carry responsibilities and handle conversations and manage expectations, an invisible orchestration is unfolding around your life with precision and care, adjusting circumstances, softening obstacles, redirecting energies, and aligning people whose paths are meant to cross yours at the exact moment your readiness matches the opportunity. You may have wondered why certain plans suddenly slowed down or why specific doors did not open when you expected them to, and at the time it may have felt frustrating or even disappointing, yet what you did not see was the protection embedded inside those delays, because sometimes being held back for a season prevents you from stepping into something that would have limited your growth rather than expanded it. Behind the scenes there has been correction taking place, conversations shifting in rooms you have never entered, decisions being reconsidered by individuals you may not even know yet, and timing being adjusted so that when the next chapter begins it will not be chaotic but coherent, not forced but fitting, not rushed but right. You have been prepared more than you realize, and preparation often feels like pressure because growth stretches you beyond comfort, and in recent months you have been stretched in your patience, your discipline, your faith, and your emotional endurance, yet every stretch increased your capacity, every quiet moment strengthened your awareness, and every challenge refined your character, shaping you into someone who can carry responsibility without losing balance and receive opportunity without losing humility. There were moments when you felt unseen, moments when your effort seemed unnoticed, and moments when you questioned whether your consistency truly mattered, but nothing was wasted, not a single act of integrity, not a single prayer spoken in silence, not a single decision to remain kind when bitterness would have been easier, because those unseen choices built an invisible foundation strong enough to support what is now forming around your future. What feels unexpected to you is actually the natural result of accumulated growth meeting aligned timing, and when preparation meets opportunity, the outcome appears sudden even though it has been building quietly for a long time. You may begin to notice subtle changes in your environment, small shifts in conversations, new ideas entering your mind, or sudden clarity about situations that once confused you, and these are signs that alignment is approaching completion, because before something new fully manifests externally, it first stabilizes internally, and your thoughts have been changing, your priorities have been maturing, and your boundaries have been strengthening. There are relationships that may fade gently, not because of conflict but because your frequency is evolving, and when frequency shifts, certain connections naturally dissolve while others are magnetically drawn closer. This is not loss. It is refinement. It is not abandonment, it is redirection. You are being positioned where your energy will be valued rather than drained, where your presence will be appreciated rather than overlooked, and where your contribution will be recognized rather than taken for granted. What is happening behind the scenes concerns not only one event but a sequence of adjustments that will unfold step by step, revealing a pattern of purpose you could not previously see. There is also a deeper restoration taking place inside you, a rebuilding of confidence that was once shaken, a renewal of hope that was once tired, and a strengthening of belief that was once uncertain. You have survived seasons that tested your endurance, seasons that demanded silent strength, and seasons that required faith without visible proof, and because you remained steady through those periods, you are now entering a phase where steadiness will be rewarded with stability. Stability does not mean absence of challenge, it means presence of support. It means the foundation beneath you is no longer fragile but fortified. It means the next step will not feel like a gamble but like growth. When the unexpected event finally becomes visible, it will not arrive as chaos but as confirmation, confirming that every delay had a design and every redirection had a reason. There may be a person whose role in your life becomes clearer soon, someone whose presence will feel familiar yet refreshing, supportive, yet challenging in healthy ways, and their arrival will not disrupt your peace but deepen it, because true alignment amplifies calm rather than anxiety. There may also be an opportunity that at first seems small yet carries long-term impact, and the key will be your willingness to recognize value beyond surface appearance. Do not underestimate subtle beginnings. The most significant transformations often start quietly. Continue cultivating focus, discipline, and gratitude, because gratitude maintains clarity, and clarity allows you to recognize alignment when it appears. The unseen work that has been taking place is not fragile, it is deliberate. It is structured in layers, with protection surrounding what matters most, ensuring that interference loses influence and that negativity loses access to your direction. As you move forward, remember that patience is not passive, it is powerful. Patience demonstrates trust in timing, and timing has been carefully guarded in your favor. You are not behind schedule, and you are not forgotten in the sequence of blessings. What concerns your future has been monitored with care, adjusted with wisdom, and protected with strength. Continue walking steadily, continue refining your mindset, and continue guarding your energy. The unexpected will soon feel inevitable, not because it was rushed into existence but because it was prepared thoroughly. When clarity meets opportunity, when growth meets alignment, and when readiness meets timing, the result feels like destiny unfolding rather than luck appearing. Stay grounded. Stay observant. Stay confident in the quiet process. What is happening behind the scenes is not temporary excitement. It is sustainable alignment, and when it fully reveals itself, you will understand why patience was required, why silence was necessary, and why protection sometimes looked like delay. Your future is not being left to chance, it is being shaped with intention, and you are stepping into it stronger, wiser, and more aligned than ever before. There is a deeper layer to what has been unfolding around you, and this final stretch of preparation is more significant than you realize because what is happening behind the scenes is not just about one opportunity or one relationship or one breakthrough, it is about a complete recalibration of your direction so that your next chapter is not built on temporary emotion but on lasting structure. You may have sensed recently that certain old patterns no longer feel comfortable, that conversations you once tolerated now feel draining, and that environments you once accepted now feel restrictive, and that discomfort is not confusion but confirmation that growth has already occurred inside you before the external shift becomes visible. When internal growth reaches a certain point, the external world must reorganize itself to match your new level, and that reorganization sometimes feels slow because foundations are being adjusted carefully to prevent future collapse. The unexpected event that concerns your future is not random, it is a coordinated alignment of timing, people, resources, and insight, and each piece has been placed deliberately so that when the moment arrives you will not step into chaos but into clarity. You have been tested in subtle ways that strengthened your discernment, teaching you to recognize sincerity from manipulation, patience from passivity, and confidence from ego, and those lessons were essential because the future being prepared for you requires discernment, not impulse. There may have been times when you felt overlooked or underestimated, yet those moments refined your humility and sharpened your focus, preventing you from becoming distracted by temporary validation and guiding you toward deeper purpose. Behind the scenes, decisions are shifting in your favor, conversations are evolving in spaces you cannot see, and individuals who once hesitated are reconsidering, because alignment creates momentum even when it begins quietly. You may notice small confirmations appearing in your life, subtle reassurances, repeated themes, intuitive nudges, or unexpected encouragement from unlikely sources, and these are not coincidences but indicators that the adjustment phase is nearing completion. The unexpected change that is forming will not shock you with fear, it will surprise you with relief, because it will feel like stepping into something that fits naturally rather than forcing yourself into something that drains you. There is also protection operating around you, not in dramatic ways but in quiet redirections, preventing connections that would have distracted you from gaining access and removing delays that would have discouraged you from continuing. Some opportunities that seemed promising earlier may have dissolved, and at the time it may have felt disappointing, yet those dissolutions cleared space for something more stable, more aligned, and more sustainable. Your future requires stability, not volatility, depth, not surface excitement, and commitment, not temporary attention. That is why the process has taken time, because depth cannot be rushed and stability cannot be improvised. What is forming is structured to last, structured to support growth, structured to bring peace rather than pressure. You are not being led toward something fragile, you feel foreign even if it is new, it feels like recognition rather than shock, like stepping into a room you have never seen before yet somehow know you belong in. This next development carries that energy, an unexpected movement that will not overwhelm you but will confirm you, not intimidate you but affirm you, not destabilize you but position you more firmly than before. Behind the scenes, protection has been active as well, filtering influences that would have distracted you, delaying interactions that would have drained you, and redirecting paths that would have complicated your progress, because the future being prepared requires focus and resilience, not fragmentation. You may recall recent disappointments or closed doors that once felt heavy, yet those closures were not losses but safeguards, ensuring that your energy remained preserved for what truly aligns. Preservation often feels like delay, but in reality it is preparation, and preparation ensures endurance. The unexpected change approaching you is not built on fragile excitement but on enduring structure, and that structure is what will allow it to last beyond the initial moment of revelation. Stability is forming around your path, and stability invites growth without fear. There is also a shift occurring within your confidence, subtle yet powerful, where self-doubt that once echoed loudly is becoming quieter, replaced by steady assurance that you are capable, worthy, and ready for expansion. That inner shift is crucial because what concerns your future will require you to stand firm in your identity, to speak clearly when opportunity presents itself, and to move decisively when timing opens the door. Indecision once slowed your steps, but clarity now strengthens them. You are not the same version of yourself who struggled with uncertainty. You are refined by experience, grounded by lessons, and strengthened by resilience. Every challenge you navigated has quietly constructed the foundation for this next phase, and foundations determine how high you can rise without fear of collapse. The unseen orchestration continues even now as you reflect on these words, aligning resources, timing conversations, adjusting outcomes, and refining circumstances so that when the shift becomes visible, it unfolds naturally rather than chaotically. Natural unfolding is a sign of divine alignment. It flows without force and settles without confusion. Remain steady in your habits, consistent in your discipline, and protective of your peace, because peace is the environment where clarity thrives. Do not rush to announce what you sense internally, allow it to mature quietly, allow it to strengthen before it is revealed openly, because some movements grow best in silence before they step into visibility. Your role during this period is not to control outcomes but to cultivate readiness, to sharpen your focus, to refine your character, and to trust that unseen adjustments are moving toward visible confirmation. When the unexpected event manifests, whether through opportunity, connection, relocation, restoration, or revelation, you will recognize its alignment not because it arrives loudly but because it feels right. Rightness carries calm authority. It does not demand your attention, it earns your trust. You will feel the difference immediately between something that excites temporarily and something that sustains long-term. What concerns your future is built to sustain. It is not a fleeting blessing but a foundational shift, not a momentary thrill but a meaningful advancement. Remain grounded, remain attentive, and remain faithful to the growth you have already embraced, because everything unfolding behind the scenes is converging toward a future that is more stable, more aligned, and more expansive than you imagined when the journey first began. What is reaching completion now is not random momentum but the final layering of a process that has been quietly unfolding around you for far longer than you realize, because while you were focused on surviving each day, adapting to pressure, and trying to understand why certain things felt delayed, unseen alignments were steadily building strength, precision, and stability around your path. The future that concerns you is not forming in chaos, it is forming in structure, and structure is what ensures that what comes next will not collapse under emotional doubt or external pressure. There has been a slow but intentional repositioning taking place in your environment. Conversations you thought were small have carried weight, decisions you considered minor have redirected larger outcomes, and moments that felt ordinary were actually stepping stones toward a shift that will soon become visible. Nothing has been wasted, not even the confusion, not even the silence, not even the waiting, because waiting refined your patience and patience refined your discernment, and discernment is what will protect you when the unexpected finally surfaces. You are stepping into a phase where clarity will begin to replace overthinking, and where understanding will replace speculation, because the hidden layers that once felt unreachable are gradually being lifted in ways that will feel natural rather than shocking. When divine alignment unfolds, it does not create panic, it creates peace, and the peace you are about to experience will confirm that what is happening is not temporary excitement but sustainable transformation. There has been protection around you that you did not fully see, certain paths quietly closed so you would not walk into unnecessary complications, certain people distanced so you would not be distracted from long-term stability, and certain opportunities paused so that timing could mature before arrival. Protection often looks like delay, but delay is sometimes the strongest form of guidance, because it ensures that what enters your life arrives at the moment you are emotionally and spiritually equipped to sustain it. Behind the scenes, Influence is shifting in your favor, perspectives about you are evolving, doors that once seemed sealed are loosening, and environments that once felt resistant are softening, not because of luck, but because preparation has reached maturity. You have grown in ways you may not fully recognize. Your reactions are more measured, your emotions more balanced, your intuition more refined, and that internal strengthening is precisely why the external shift can now occur without destabilizing you. The unexpected event that concerns your future will not demand that you become someone new, it will reveal who you have already become. It will not pressure you into rushing, it will invite you into readiness. It will not confuse you with noise. It will speak through clarity. And when it unfolds, you will recognize that the season of waiting was not emptiness but construction. There is also a restoration element attached to what is forming, not necessarily the restoration of the past in its old shape, but the restoration of momentum, confidence, and direction. You may have felt stalled at times, uncertain whether progress was truly happening, yet progress was occurring beneath the surface, strengthening roots before raising branches. Strong roots are invisible but essential, because when growth becomes visible, it must stand firm against wind and change. The stability being built around you is meant to carry you forward for a long season, not just a brief moment. You are not entering a temporary highlight, you are entering a sustained chapter. This chapter will require focus, consistency, and calm confidence, and you are ready because the refining period has already shaped you for it. Remain grounded as movement increases, remain humble as opportunity expands, and remain disciplined as clarity sharpens, because sustained growth is maintained through steady character. The unseen orchestration is not ending, it is transitioning into visible manifestation. What once felt distant will begin to feel present, what once felt uncertain will begin to feel defined, and what once felt delayed will begin to feel perfectly timed. Trust the maturity of this process. Trust the alignment forming around you. Trust the strengthening within you. The unexpected that is unfolding behind the scenes is not arriving to test you, it is arriving to elevate you, and elevation built on preparation does not fade quickly. Continue forward with quiet confidence, because your future is not forming in confusion, it is forming in careful design, and that design is reaching completion. If this message spoke directly to your heart, don't just scroll away. Pause right now and type, "I trust the divine timing," in the comments as a sign that you receive what is being prepared for you. Like this video, share it with someone who needs reassurance today, and subscribe so you never miss the next message that may be meant specifically for you.